Chosen one. Listen carefully. Heaven has interrupted your timeline. Everything around you has paused, not by coincidence, but by divine command. You wonder why your spirit trembles, why your heart feels the pull of something unseen. It is because the supernatural has entered your atmosphere. Two radiant messengers of heaven now stand near you, invisible to human eyes, but undeniable to your soul. They have not come to observe. They have come to rescue. You have felt forgotten before. You've survived storms that should have broken you. You've watched doors close while others advanced freely. But now, heaven moves on your behalf. God has sent two angels, each carrying a sacred assignment to lift you from the pit of confusion and pull you back into divine alignment. They carry light and command. Their arrival is not symbolic, it is strategic. Your name has been spoken in the courts of heaven. Every moment of pain, every silent cry, every whispered prayer has reached the throne. Heaven has heard and responded. The time of silence is over. The first angel carries remembrance. He holds the record of every promise spoken over your life. The second carries strength. His wings blaze with authority, pushing back the darkness that surrounded you. Do not mistake this for coincidence. This is divine intervention. For seasons you have carried burdens that were never yours to hold. You've stood between surrender and exhaustion, wondering if God still sees you. Hear this now. He does. The angels standing beside you are proof that heaven has not abandoned you. They are living declarations that your story is not finished. The Word of God declares in the book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 11, "For he will command his angels concerning you, to guard you in all your ways." This is your moment of rescue. The same God who commands the seas to part has now commanded angels to move on your behalf. You are not invisible. You are identified, recognized, and chosen. The darkness that once mocked you now trembles because light has been released into your space. The air around you begins to shift. You can feel it, the heaviness lifting, the weight of fear dissolving. Heaven is rearranging what the enemy tried to destroy. Every weapon formed against you is now losing power. The angels are sweeping through the unseen, clearing the atmosphere of every lingering shadow. You've spent too long surviving in survival mode. When you were born for dominion, the rescue is not just about protection, it is about restoration. Everything the enemy took: peace, confidence, purpose, heaven is returning, multiplied. The angels are not passive, they are warriors. They are securing your destiny while you stand still, preparing the way for your next chapter. Chosen one, open your mouth and respond. Angels move where faith speaks. Say it aloud: I receive heaven's rescue. Your declaration is not small. It becomes a command in the spirit. Heaven moves when earth agrees. Delay is broken when obedience begins. You are stepping out of captivity and into calling. This message reached you because God refused to lose you. You have been marked for mercy. 17 minutes of divine grace hover over your life right now, a sacred window where heaven awaits your yes. Time is not against you. It is being redeemed for you. Do not scroll away. Do not second-guess what you feel. The angels are near, their wings stirring the air as a sign that heaven is real and moving. This is not imagination. This is intervention. You are standing in a divine appointment arranged before the foundation of the world. If this message touches your spirit, If you can feel that what is happening is not random, then let this be your act of faith. Like, share, and subscribe, not out of routine, but as a declaration that you are aligning with the move of heaven, and as a prophetic act. Comment the number 17 below. Let it be your signal to the angels that you have heard, that you believe, and that you are ready. Your rescue has begun. The angels stand guard as light surrounds you, sealing what heaven began. Every shadow retreats. Your yes has opened a gateway of divine order that no darkness can close again. Your name echoes through heaven's courts as victory is recorded. What was delayed is released. The angels ascend, leaving behind traces of glory in your atmosphere. Peace settles over you like gentle fire. You are no longer bound by fear or waiting. This is your confirmation. Heaven has moved, and the rescue is complete. You feel it still, the quiet after the storm. The air is charged, yet calm. The angels have not spoken yet, but their silence speaks volumes. You sense that something sacred is unfolding around you, something that cannot be rushed or reduced to words. The rescue has begun, but heaven is not done. Inside, your soul trembles. You have been seen, known, and chosen, and yet part of you still struggles to believe it. After all, you have lived through too many disappointments to easily accept miracles. You have trusted and been betrayed. You have hoped and been hurt. But now, standing in this holy stillness, you begin to realize that what is happening transcends emotion. It is spiritual alignment. One of the angels steps closer. You cannot see his face, but you can feel his gaze pierce straight into your spirit. He carries the weight of heaven's authority. Around him, time feels slower, clearer. You understand without words that this being has seen the throne of God, that his very presence proves heaven has invested in your survival. The second angel remains behind you, guarding your back as though expecting an ambush. You can feel the resistance, the invisible tension pressing against your progress. This is not imagination. This is spiritual warfare. Every step forward into purpose is contested. Every decision to trust again is challenged by unseen forces determined to keep you in fear. Yet heaven anticipated this. The angels were sent not only to lift you, but also to shield you. There are seasons where God hides you, not because you are weak, but because you are sacred. The silence you feel is not absence, it is protection. As you stand between these two angels, a warmth spreads through your chest. It is not from the air, it is the presence of divine peace. You suddenly remember moments when that peace felt unreachable, when anxiety ruled your nights. But now, something deeper than emotion begins to anchor you. The first angel lifts his hand, and for a moment you glimpse light forming shapes, symbols of destiny you cannot yet decipher. You realize these are memories written before time began. Blueprints of who you were always meant to be. Every setback, every heartbreak was known and accounted for. Even your mistakes became material for transformation. The voice of God thundered in the book of Daniel, chapter 6, verse 22. My God sent his angel, and he shut the mouths of the lions. Heaven's order operates beyond reason. What looks like chaos on earth is often divine choreography in the unseen. The angels are aligning circumstances that seemed scattered. Doors that were shut will open not because you push harder, but because you finally stand where God intended you to be. You remember the moments when you doubted whether God still heard you, the unanswered prayers, the long nights of silence. But as the angels move, you finally understand the silence was not neglect, it was strategy. Heaven was preparing you to recognize its voice when it finally spoke. Now, everything feels different. You no longer crave explanations, you crave obedience. You no longer seek control, you seek surrender. The rescue was never about removing all struggle, it was about awakening your awareness that you were never alone. The second angel places his hand over your shoulder, and suddenly you feel years of tension lifting. The fear that once shaped your decisions dissolves. You are being restored, remembered, placed back into divine wholeness. The first angel speaks not with sound, but with light. You were never forgotten. Every moment you thought heaven was silent, heaven was waiting for this one. Tears come, not of sorrow, but of realization. You are not an accident moving through time. You are a story heaven refuses to let end in defeat. The angels circle you like a living wall of fire. You feel lighter, almost lifted, yet grounded in peace. Heaven asks for stillness. You are being reintroduced to your true identity, the one written before the world began. The angels remain near, their glow steady, their watch unbroken. Your rescue is not a moment, it is a process unfolding in grace. You breathe deeply, and for the first time in years, you feel safe. Light lingers where the angels stood, wrapping your soul in calm strength. You realize peace is not the absence of battle, it is the presence of God within your stillness. The atmosphere carries a faint hum of victory. Heaven's rhythm beats through your chest as faith settles deeper. You are being rebuilt from the inside out. The angels rise beyond sight, yet their protection remains. You walk forward with quiet authority, knowing this moment marks the beginning of your true awakening. The light that once surrounded you has now settled inside you. The air feels alive, every breath charged with unseen purpose. The angels stand silent, but their gaze reveals a truth you can no longer ignore. Your spirit has awakened. You are standing between what was and what must now begin. The first angel moves forward, carrying a scroll bound in gold thread. As he unrolls it, radiant symbols fill the space, floating like burning embers. They are not words you can read, yet you understand them deeply. This is your record, the divine blueprint of everything heaven designed you to become. You realize that your life has never been random, it has always been written. Every heartbreak, every detour, every storm was woven into a greater pattern of redemption. The second angel gestures toward the horizon, a curtain of light shifting like a living door. You sense that beyond it lies your next assignment, the reason heaven intervened in the first place. Yet before you cross through, the first angel speaks not with voice, but through your spirit. You must choose alignment. Heaven will not force what love invites. Oh, his message burns within you. For too long, you've hesitated between two paths, one led by faith, the other by fear. Every time you tried to control outcomes, the peace left. Every time you surrendered, clarity returned. Now heaven confronts you once more. Will you trust, or will you retreat? The prophet Elijah spoke as recorded in the first book of Kings, chapter 18, verse 21. How long will you waver between two opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him. This moment is not symbolic. It is spiritual. The angels wait for your response because heaven always honors human agreement. Your voice carries creative authority. What you speak now determines what heaven releases next. You remember the times when fear ruled your choices, when you silenced your own spirit just to keep peace with others. But that season is over. Heaven is restoring your voice. You are no longer meant to whisper when God has called you to declare. The first angel raises his hand, and suddenly images flash before you, moments from your past that once brought shame. Yet, in the light of heaven, they no longer accuse you. They have become testimonies of grace. The same hands that trembled in weakness are now anointed to build what darkness tried to destroy. The second angel steps closer, and with every movement, your heart grows steadier. You begin to understand. Rescue was the beginning, but restoration is the continuation. God didn't just pull you out of danger. He is preparing to position you into destiny. The angels are witnesses to that transition. A whisper comes, not loud, but impossible to ignore. Speak agreement. The heavens await your declaration. And the moment demands an act of faith. The command is simple, yet prophetic. Comment, heaven. I agree. These 3 words are not random, they are a covenant. When you write them, you echo the posture of your spirit in alignment with divine will. You're telling heaven, I'm done resisting. I'm ready for the plan you already set in motion. Your agreement opens unseen doors. It signals that your rescue has matured into readiness. When you declare, heaven, I agree, the angels record it. They move swiftly, carrying your obedience like a signal fire into higher realms. Suddenly, what once felt delayed begins to accelerate. What was closed begins to open. It's not magic, it's divine law. Heaven responds to unity. The air shifts again, and you sense heaven rejoicing over your agreement. The angel's light intensifies, filling the room with warmth and power. You realize that faith is not emotion, it is movement. Agreement is the motion of faith, and you've just activated it. The first angel smiles not with lips, but with light that floods your spirit. It is done, he seems to say. The second spreads his wings behind you, preparing to escort you through the next veil of purpose. The horizon glows brighter, pushing like a heartbeat. You have not just been rescued, you have been recommissioned. The storm no longer defines you. You are standing as one awakened, steady, and aligned. Heaven records your agreement. The angels step back, wings folding in reverence. Light gathers around you one final time before it merges completely into your being. You are now walking revelation. What heaven once sent is now living within you. Your choice has sealed it. Your agreement has activated it. You have spoken heaven's language, obedience. Light hums softly around you, confirming your agreement. Heaven, I agree, is not just a phrase, it is a spiritual contract. Your words became a door, and now heaven walks through it with you. Silence returns, but it is not empty. It is thick with presence, holy, alive, aware. The angels no longer move as before, they stand motionless, like sentinels guarding something sacred. You realize that the stillness is not absence but reverence. Heaven is waiting for something to settle inside you. Your body feels weightless, as if gravity itself has loosened its grip. The air tastes different, crisp and almost electric. Every breath carries whispers of purpose. Somewhere, deep inside, the realization dawns. You have crossed a threshold, a spiritual border that cannot be reversed. You are no longer standing in uncertainty. You are standing in divine territory. The first angel lowers his wings. You feel a pulse from his presence, like waves moving through your spirit. It is as if he has placed a seal over what has been spoken. Heaven is confirming your agreement. You sense that this seal is not only for protection, it is also a declaration to the unseen world that your alignment is now official. The second angel begins to speak, and though no sound leaves his mouth, his words form in your mind as luminous thought. The rescue has shifted. Now begins the revealing, and you understand instantly what that means. God is not only saving you from something, He is revealing what He has placed within you. The season of silence was not punishment, it was incubation. Heaven hid you so that you could not be contaminated by voices that would have distorted your identity. Every unanswered prayer, every closed door, every delayed promise, none of it was wasted. It was preparation for this unveiling. You remember the moments when you begged for movement, yet nothing changed. Now you understand heaven was moving in dimensions you could not see. God was planting roots where you only saw delay. You thought you were forgotten, but you were being fortified. The apostle reminds us in his second letter to Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind." That verse now burns through you like light, igniting every dark corner. You realize that fear has disguised itself for too long, hiding behind logic, behind self-protection, behind the fear of failing again. But heaven never operates through fear. The angel's presence reminds you that divine instruction always carries peace, even when it challenges comfort. The first angel gestures toward your chest, and a faint glow begins to rise from within you. You see flashes, moments when you encouraged others, even while you were breaking inside. Times when you stood firm while silently bleeding. Each memory now shines as proof that strength has always been within you. Though hidden beneath layers of pain, the glow expands, surrounding your heart like a gentle flame. The angel's message enters your spirit like a song. This light is your assignment made visible. It will not fade. It will not fail. And you realize this is not merely a rescue mission, it is a restoration of identity. The angels did not come just to protect you from destruction, they came to awaken your original design. Heaven is not content with your survival, it seeks your transformation. You feel tears again, but they are different now, not born of sorrow, but of gratitude. Every scar suddenly makes sense. Every loss now looks like rearranged mercy. You were not being punished, you were being purified. The second angel turns, his wings stirring the atmosphere. Around him, the air thickens with golden dust. It feels like time itself slows down to witness what is happening. You are being reintroduced to who you truly are, a vessel of divine light walking among shadows, carrying evidence that God's hand has never lifted. The world will see the change, though they may not understand it. You will speak differently, walk differently, choose differently, not because you are trying harder, but because heaven has rewritten your rhythm. The old hesitation has died in the silence. The old fear has been replaced by authority. The angels step back, satisfied. They have completed the phase of revelation. yet their presence lingers, ensuring that what has been planted in you will not be stolen. You sense they will remain unseen companions, guiding your steps in quiet ways through divine coincidences, through gentle reminders, through peace that doesn't make sense to the human mind. You inhale deeply, and the air fills you with clarity. You no longer ask, "Why me?" Instead, you whisper, "Thank you." The question has transformed into gratitude, and the gratitude into understanding. The rescue has become revelation. The revelation has become rebirth. And heaven, watching silently, smiles. The air around you begins to shimmer again, softer this time, like dawn after a long night. The angels have not vanished. They have simply stepped back so that you can walk forward. What was once rescue has now become revelation. And what was once revelation is beginning to take shape as responsibility. Heaven does not awaken a soul without purpose. You were never meant to simply be rescued. You were meant to carry what you have received. The light that entered you is not meant to remain hidden inside. It is like a flame in a lantern. Its purpose is to guide others who are still wandering in the dark. You look around, and the atmosphere has changed. The heaviness that once clung to you has lifted, replaced by a gentle current of hope. It flows through you, like a river tracing new paths through dry ground. You realize this hope isn't just for you, it is meant to overflow. The angels are watching, smiling. As heaven begins to trust you with the next step, heaven speaks clearly through the writings of the prophet Isaiah. Chapter 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. No, that is what this moment is, an invitation to rise, to no longer live in reaction to what happened to you, but to live in response to what God is doing through you. You have become a carrier of light, a vessel of restoration. The rescue was never meant to end with your relief. It was meant to ripple into revival. As you take this in, you can almost hear the angels whisper, "Now, let your light flow." There are people right now walking through storms like the one you barely survived. People who don't yet know that heaven can send help, that angels can still be dispatched, that grace still moves in the middle of chaos. What you have encountered was not only a personal miracle, it was also a message. Your story carries power. The truth is, every movement of light must find a channel. A candle burns brighter when it shares its flame, and this space, the place where heaven speaks through words like these, is one of those flames. It reaches souls who have almost given up, reminding them that heaven still intervenes. If this light has touched you, let it travel further. Like, share, and subscribe, not for numbers, but as a way of passing the flame forward. Every click is a spark that may land in someone's night and help them see again. And as you do, I want to speak to your spirit gently, not to pressure, not to demand, but to remind you that every flame needs oil to keep burning. If you ever feel led, pour a little oil into this lamp. Donate from your heart, freely, as an act of keeping the fire alive. Think of it as helping heaven's words find one more soul in need of rescue. Your giving is not payment, it is partnership. It's planting a small seed of dawn in the soil of someone else's darkness. When you choose to give, you're saying to heaven, "Keep the light moving through me." But hear this clearly. Your worth before God is not measured by giving, but by being. Your prayer, your listening, your quiet faith. These, too, are oil for the flame. Support if you can, pray if you can't, but stay connected, because light travels best when the lamps stay together. The angels nod, approving your understanding. They are witnesses not only to miracles, but to motives. Heaven always honors what comes from a pure and willing heart. So stand in your light, share it, speak it. Let others feel the warmth that once found you in your darkest hour. Keep this connection alive, not for algorithms, not for applause, but because light is meant to travel somewhere right now. Another soul is crying the same silent prayer you once prayed. Maybe your share, your gift, or your whispered prayer will be the spark heaven uses to send their rescue. The light you carry is not small. It was born from fire, refined by grace, and strengthened by divine purpose. You are not just a survivor, you are a torchbearer. Rise and shine, chosen one. The angels are watching the glow spread from your heart into the world. Heaven's story continues through you. The light that burns within you now seeks movement. Every step you take becomes a trail of fire guiding others toward the same mercy that found you. Heaven watches as your obedience ripples outward. What began as rescue has become revival, spreading from one willing heart to another across unseen borders. The angels remain near. Though their wings have quieted, the air is calm. Yet the calm carries weight and expectancy, as if heaven itself is waiting for your next movement. You feel peace, but also purpose. What once felt like survival has become something greater, a calling. The light within you is no longer a flicker, it burns steady, like a lamp set upon a hill. You can sense it. It changes the atmosphere around you. People who come near you will begin to feel warmth, though they won't always understand why. Heaven's light travels through you now, unseen but undeniable. The ancient record in the book of Exodus reveals, chapter 14, verse 14, "The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." End of. That stillness is not idleness, it is surrender. You no longer fight for control, because you have learned the rhythm of trust. Heaven moves best when your heart is quiet enough to hear. The angel's mission was never just to save you, it was to teach you to walk in divine timing. You begin to realize that many past struggles came not from God's absence, but from rushing ahead of His order. You prayed for doors to open when heaven was still building the hallway. Now you know, divine timing is not delay, it is protection. One angel steps closer, his light soft yet steady. He shows you a vision, your life as a garden. Some parts are lush and green, others still barren, waiting for rain. You understand, God is both gardener and guard. He waters, prunes, and protects. He does not plant everything at once, because your roots must be strong enough to carry what is coming. You look again and see golden seeds scattered across the soil. Each one pulses faintly with light. The angel whispers, "Every act of obedience becomes a seed. Heaven grows in its time." You think of moments when you obeyed without reward, forgave without apology, kept faith in silence. Those were not lost, they were planted. Heaven wastes nothing. The second angel stands beside you, holding a glass vessel filled with pure water. You realize it is revelation, the living water of understanding. He pours it gently over the garden, and light rises like mist. Every seed you sowed in pain begins to glow. You are watching faith germinate. Still, heaven asks for your participation. The angels can guard the soil, but the water of faith must flow from your heart. What you believe, what you speak, what you release all nourish what God is growing in you. The light above you moves in slow circles, and within it you hear a whisper, "Speak agreement again." Not with words alone, but with witness. This is the moment heaven invites you to mark, not to impress anyone, but to seal in faith what has been sown. Comment 333. These 3 digits are not numbers, they are a prophetic act. 3 represents completion, agreement, and divine fullness. When you type 333, you're not signaling to me, you're signaling to heaven. I agree with what you are cultivating in me. I trust the timing. I accept the growth. When you make that move, the angels respond. They record your obedience like ink in eternity's pages. Heaven doesn't look for grand gestures, it looks for genuine response. That simple act of agreement becomes a fragrance echoing in unseen places. You breathe deeply, and peace floods you. You realize how far you've come from confusion to clarity, from waiting to walking. Heaven is preparing to expand your territory. Still, you are reminded, growth is not loud. The greatest miracles bloom in silence. A seed never hears applause beneath the soil, but it grows anyway. And when it finally breaks the ground, it unfolds in grace. The angels step back, satisfied. They know the next chapter of your calling will not come through struggle, but through stillness that builds strength. You are being prepared to build, to lead, to carry light into new spaces. The soil has been blessed through obedience. Now heaven waters what it planted in you. You close your eyes again, and in the stillness, feel it a new pulse. Heaven's rhythm syncing with yours. You no longer move ahead of God, you move with Him. What began as rescue has become relationship. You are no longer merely protected, you are partnered. The garden glows beneath your feet. The whisper remains, "Be still, and watch me finish what I began." None. You smile through quiet tears, not of sorrow, but of peace. The fight is over. The light remains. The promise stands eternal. Time seems to slow again as heaven's rhythm continues to weave through your spirit. The stillness that once felt foreign now feels like home. You stand in a quiet space between what was and what will be. The angels are still with you. Their presence no longer startling but comforting, like the hush that lingers after a sacred song. The Spirit spoke through the psalmist David. Chapter 27, verse 1. The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life, of whom shall I be afraid? Those words breathe life into your chest. Fear once controlled your movements, whispering lies that convinced you to shrink from the very places you were meant to shine. But now, fear has lost its authority. The presence of heaven has redrawn the borders of your heart, and courage begins to grow where hesitation once lived. You start to see the path ahead more clearly, not with your eyes, but with your spirit. It is not a road of ease, but of purpose. The light within you shines just far enough to show the next step, never the entire journey. That is how faith works. It is the art of walking with limited vision, but complete trust. The angels move subtly, and you sense They are guiding you into new understanding. You have learned that heaven's ways are not rushed. They are rhythmic. Every pause, every silence, every delay has meaning. Even the seasons when nothing seemed to grow were preparing the soil for unseen roots. The first angel gestures toward the horizon. You see what looks like an immense tapestry, woven from threads of gold and silver light. As you look closer, you realize it is your story every moment, every prayer, every heartbreak intricately stitched together by divine hands. The darker threads the moments of loss form, the outlines that make the brighter threads stand out even more. What once looked like chaos now reveals purpose. The angel speaks gently to your spirit. Do you see now why nothing was wasted? Tears rise uninvited. But they are not of sorrow. They are the acknowledgement of beauty in what once felt unbearable. The pattern of your life makes sense only when viewed from heaven's perspective. On earth, you saw fragments. Heaven sees the design. You think about the times you begged God for answers, and none came. You remember the nights you questioned his silence, wondering if he had turned away. Yet now, in this light, you understand that his silence was never absence, it was strategy. When God hides his hand, he is still holding the thread. You reach out toward the tapestry, and when your fingers brush the light, images shift within it, faces of people you have touched without knowing. Prayers, you whispered, that changed more than you realized. Blessings that multiplied quietly while you were still healing. You begin to grasp that destiny is not a single event, but a flow of obedience that ripples through eternity. The second angel steps forward, and a wave of peace sweeps over you. His voice carries through your thoughts. Calm but powerful. Courage is not loudness, it is consistency. Heaven measures bravery not by noise, but by endurance. Those words anchor you deeply. You see that true strength is not in resisting pain, but in trusting purpose through it. The very moments that humbled you have now become the foundation under your feet. You are not broken, you are built. The angel's light intensifies for a moment, illuminating everything around you. The horizon gleams brighter, and you sense that this illumination is not for display, but for direction. The path ahead is not wide, but it is certain. You feel peace, not because you know every outcome, but because you finally trust the one who holds them. You take a slow breath, and the air feels sacred, like prayer and promise intertwined. You realize that what God has begun in you is bigger than one lifetime. Your obedience will echo in places your feet may never walk. Every act of faith becomes a seed that heaven plants into the future, far beyond what you can see. The angels begin to move again, their wings unfolding softly, like pages turning in an ancient book. You know they are not leaving, they are leading. You sense that the next step will draw you closer to understanding the weight of your calling, not as a burden, but as a blessing carried with reverence. You take one more look at the tapestry before you. It shimmers faintly, as if alive, breathing in rhythm with your heartbeat. It no longer feels distant. It feels personal, alive with divine energy. You whisper a quiet, "Thank you," and heaven seems to respond with silence that feels like a smile. You do not need every answer. You only need the next step, and the light, your light, is enough to see it. The atmosphere grows softer, as if heaven itself exhales through the wind. The angels walk beside you now, no longer towering figures of awe, but companions who remind you that divinity can also dwell in gentleness. The road ahead glows faintly with the residue of their light. You walk slowly, not out of hesitation, but out of reverence for the sacred ground beneath your steps, as it is revealed in the scroll of Jeremiah, chapter 29, verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Those words fall upon your heart like warm rain. You have heard them before, but this time they do not sound like distant comfort. They sound like confirmation. Heaven's plan is not a vague promise written in clouds. It is a living design unfolding through your obedience. You begin to sense that every stage of your journey was divinely threaded, even the detours, even the heartbreaks. What once looked like loss was actually redirection, a rearrangement of destiny for your protection. The angels glance at you as if to say, "Now you understand." No, the path curves ahead, leading into a place that looks unfamiliar. Shadows and light intertwine like weaving threads of destiny. You hesitate for a moment, feeling the weight of uncertainty, but then remember that fear no longer rules you. Trust has become your language now. You walk forward, and the light from within you brightens the path underfoot. The angel's presence makes the air shimmer faintly, each step leaving a faint trail that lingers like memory. You notice something new. Your footsteps glow for a moment before fading, as if heaven is recording each movement as testimony that faith leaves traces, even when unseen. The first angel turns to you and speaks, his voice steady and calm. You are entering the season of understanding. What was once mystery will begin to make sense, piece by piece. As you walk, lo, those words settle deep within you. Understanding, not as knowledge, but as wisdom born from experience. You realize that heaven teaches not only through revelation, but also through rhythm, through walking, through waiting, through wounds that become windows. You recall moments when you demanded explanations from God, expecting clarity before obedience. But now you understand that revelation often follows action, not the other way around. You move, and light follows your movement. The path reveals itself only as you step forward. The second angel gestures toward the horizon. In the distance, you see what looks like a river made of light, flowing endlessly. It is both peaceful and powerful. You realize that it represents divine flow, the current of God's purpose moving through your life. It carries everything forward, even when you cannot see how. As you approach, the sound of that river fills your ears. It is not loud, but it carries weight, like the heartbeat of creation itself. You kneel beside it, and the angels stand silently behind you. The water's surface mirrors the sky above, but when you look closer, you see your reflection shimmering with light that is not your own. You understand. The reflection you see is heaven's image expressed through you. The river does not change to reflect you. You have changed to reflect it. The peace you feel now is not borrowed. It has become part of you. One of the angels dips his hand into the river and lets droplets fall over your head. Each drop feels like a spark of remembrance, restoring things you thought were lost: confidence, clarity, the ability to hope again. You realize that healing does not always arrive as thunder or miracles. Sometimes it arrives quietly, like water smoothing stone. You stay there for a while, feeling the current brush against your hands. It carries whispers, voices of promises you had forgotten, dreams heaven never cancelled, only postponed. You realize that nothing true is ever lost in God's timing. It simply waits to be reborn. When you rise, the world looks different. The air feels cleaner, the colors brighter. The angels smile as if they've been waiting for you to see what they already knew, that you are not moving toward your destiny anymore. You are walking in it. The path ahead remains uncertain. But now, uncertainty no longer feels like fear. It feels like faith in motion. The river fades into mist, yet its rhythm stays within you. Each heartbeat now echoes heaven's pulse. You no longer follow the light, you carry it, guiding others without even realizing it. Peace walks beside you. The air feels different, now richer, fuller, as if creation itself recognizes the change within you. You are no longer walking toward purpose, you are walking with it. Every step vibrates with quiet certainty. The angels flank you still, but their wings remain folded. They are no longer guarding, they are witnessing, according to what is written in the Proverbs of Solomon. Chapter 3, verse 6. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. Those words rest on you like a mantle. You realize that acknowledgement is not a single prayer, but a posture, an unbroken awareness of God's presence in every breath. To acknowledge him is to walk consciously in partnership, even in the ordinary. The sacred has now entered your daily rhythm. The landscape ahead changes again. You see what appears to be a valley, vast and quiet. It's not dark, but covered in golden haze. The angels walk with you into it, and you begin to feel a different kind of stirring, an ache that is not pain, but compassion. You understand what it means. This is where heaven trains your heart to feel what God feels. To carry light is to carry empathy. You are no longer called just to believe. You are called to become. The valley is filled with echoes faint, aching cries of those who have lost their way. Each sound pierces your spirit, but not to wound. It calls you to respond. You realize this valley is not a place of despair. It is an assignment. Heaven is letting you hear what others cannot, so that you will move with purpose, not pity. The first angel turns to you, his eyes bright with divine wisdom. Every rescuer was once rescued. Every healer was once broken. He says, you nod slowly, feeling the truth in his words. Everything you endured was not wasted. It was training for empathy. The light you carry does not shine from perfection, but from redemption. The second angel touches the ground, and golden light ripples outward. You see faces within the light, people you have met, people you will meet, and even strangers whose lives will cross yours through unseen design. Each connection is a thread in heaven's pattern. Your words, your presence, your faith, they will awaken what's dormant in others. Just as heaven awakened you, the angel speaks again. Softly, the same comfort you received. You must now release. Then, you feel it in your heart, a call not of pressure, but of privilege. You are to become the echo of the mercy that found you. The valley begins to glow brighter. The echoes of pain fade into songs of renewal. You realize that every cry heaven allows you to hear is an invitation to become the answer. You are not just being sent, you are being multiplied through compassion. A gentle whisper rises within you, one that sounds both like your voice and God's. If I healed you, will you not bring healing? If I lifted you, will you not lift another? Tears find your eyes again, but they carry no sorrow, only purpose. You understand that this is the reason heaven fought for you, not merely to save you, but to awaken through you the light that rescues others. You take a slow breath, steady and deliberate. The angels watch you with reverence, waiting for your response. For heaven always moves through human agreement. You know this moment must be sealed with choice. Comment, "I am ready." These words are not casual, they are covenant. When you write them, you are echoing heaven's yes. It is not a vow of perfection, but of willingness. "I am ready" means, use me, God, as I am unfinished, but available. It is a declaration that your rescue was not for you alone, it was for the mission now unfolding. When you make that declaration, heaven registers your readiness. The angels move like wind across the valley, spreading light wherever your yes reaches. What began as obedience becomes impact. The echoes you once heard as cries now transform into choruses of hope. You stand at the center of it all, overwhelmed but steady. The valley no longer feels heavy, it feels holy. You are not merely walking through it, you are filling it with light. The angels lower their heads as a sign of respect. They are not just protecting you anymore, they are partnering with you. Together, heaven and earth align through your willingness. You lift your eyes once more, and the horizon burns with dawn. The season of being rescued has passed. The season of becoming a rescuer has begun. The valley behind you fades into a soft horizon of gold. The air feels lighter now, not because the angels have gone, but because their presence has merged with yours. You carry their calm, their confidence, their quiet strength. Heaven has entrusted you with what it once sent to rescue you. You no longer walk as one searching for purpose. You walk as one becoming purpose. Every movement, every word, every act of kindness sends ripples through the unseen. You've begun to realize that the smallest gestures of love can echo louder than the grandest displays of power. Heaven measures worth not by size, but by sincerity. It was written in the letter to the Philippians, chapter 4, verses 17 and 18. Not that I desire your gifts. What I desire is that more be credited to your account. They are a fragrant offering, an acceptable sacrifice, pleasing to God. You pause to absorb that truth. Heaven is not collecting debt, it is cultivating hearts. Giving is not a transaction, it is a fragrance. A sacred exchange between gratitude and grace. When you offer freely, you mirror the nature of the one who first gave to you. As you continue walking, the path opens into what looks like a wide field, shimmering with morning dew. The angels linger at the edges, letting you step forward. The field seems endless, waves of light rolling like gentle wind across wheat. You realize that every stalk represents a life touched by obedience, yours and others. The first angel speaks softly. This is the harvest of hearts. You understand then, every word you share, every act of encouragement, every seed of generosity grows into something far greater than itself. Light multiplies when shared. If these words have stirred something within you, if the light in this message has touched even one corner of your heart, let it travel further. Like, share, and subscribe, not for recognition, but as a way to let this light flow. Each act is a lantern passed into another's night. You remember how, once, A single sentence reached you. At the exact moment you were ready to give up. That same grace can move through you now. Heaven's messages move fastest through willing hands. The angels glance toward you again, and you sense their gentle reminder: every flame needs oil to stay lit. Words, like candles, burn brighter when someone tends them. If you ever feel led, pour a little oil into this flame. Donate only if peace moves you. Never pressure. Think of it as adding another drop of light to the river that carries hope across unseen shores. Giving, in its purest form, is worship. It is the echo of gratitude returning to its source. You are not buying a blessing. You are building a bridge. You are joining heaven's flow of generosity, helping light reach one more weary traveler who needs it. And yet, remember this: heaven sees your heart first. Whether you give with hands, with time, or with prayer, it all rises as incense before God. Every share, every gift, every whisper of support becomes a fragrance that heaven recognizes as love. The angels begin to move around you again, tracing paths of gold through the air. Their movement feels like wind weaving through chimes, soft, melodic, pure. You sense heaven's pleasure, not because of the offering itself, but because of the willingness behind it. You look down, and your hands glow faintly. You realize they are not empty. They carry the same grace that once reached for you. Everything you have received was never meant to stay still. You are part of a divine circulation, a river of giving and receiving that keeps heaven's work alive on earth. The first angel speaks again. When you give freely, you do not lose you. Echo eternity. Now, those words rest deeply within you. You see now that generosity is not loss, it is continuation. Every drop poured into the light makes it last a little longer for someone else. Every act of kindness keeps the melody of mercy playing in a world that often forgets its tune. You lift your gaze once more to the horizon. The field glows brighter now, as if every unseen giver throughout time has released their light into the same current. You feel small, yet significant, one flame among many, all rising toward heaven. The angels smile, and you understand. The true miracle is not in being blessed, but in becoming the blessing. You are part of heaven's ongoing story. A verse, written in generosity, an offering fragrant and free. The light swells around you again, and somewhere beyond sight, heaven whispers approval. The harvest continues, and you, chosen one, have become part of the divine flow that keeps it alive. The golden field fades into soft light. The glow around you dims but does not vanish. It settles inside, steady as breath. You realize that heaven has not withdrawn its presence, it has embedded it within you. You carry the essence of the angel's mission now. The rescue has become inheritance, and inheritance has become purpose. The path beneath your feet shifts again. You are walking through what looks like a corridor made of glass and air, reflecting light in endless patterns. Every reflection shows a version of you at different moments, crying, praying, surrendering, rising. It is as though heaven is showing you how far grace has brought you. The angels move silently beside you, and you notice their pace has slowed. This journey is not about reaching a destination, it is about revelation. You begin to understand that purpose is not discovered all at once. It is revealed in layers, like dawn breaking slowly over the horizon. As the apostle wrote to the Corinthians, chapter 4, Verse 7. But we have this treasure in jars of clay to show that this all-surpassing power is from God and not from us. The words settle deeply in you. They explain everything, the mystery of your fragility and strength existing together. You have been shaped by fire and mercy, molded not to display perfection, but to demonstrate endurance. You are heaven's treasure hidden in an ordinary vessel, and the cracks in that vessel allow light to shine through. You reach out to touch one of the glass walls around you. It ripples like water, and the reflection changes. You see faces, the people who walked with you, those who hurt you, those who taught you, those who left. For a moment, your heart aches. But then you realize each one was part of your refining. Even pain was permission for purpose. You whisper softly, "Thank you," and the corridor brightens in response. Gratitude shifts the atmosphere. It always does. The first angel turns to you, his eyes calm but full of fire. The weight you carried was never punishment. He says, it was preparation. The cracks in your vessel were carved so the light could escape. And you nod slowly, feeling the truth ripple through you. Every wound became a window. Every loss created room for more light. You begin to understand that brokenness was never the end. It was the doorway to brilliance. The corridor opens into a vast chamber filled with flowing air and color. It feels both endless and intimate, like the inside of a heartbeat. You stand in the center, and the angels position themselves behind you, wings forming a gentle arch of light. Then, for the first time, you feel something descend from above, a stream of warmth like liquid gold pouring over your shoulders. It is not heavy, but it carries weight. You know instantly what it is: authority. Heaven is marking you not as a survivor, but as a steward. A quiet voice speaks within your spirit. You were rescued to represent. The sentence echoes again and again. To represent heaven on earth, to walk with compassion, to speak with clarity, to carry light into shadow. You realize that this is not a crown for comfort, but a mantle for mission. Heaven trusts you with influence because you now understand it is not about control, but about care. The second angel steps closer and touches your forehead. A spark of energy courses through you, not wild, but precise. Memories of fear fade into calm. You feel old labels peeling away, replaced by truth. You are not who you were. You are who God always saw. The chamber begins to pulse softly with light that matches your breathing. You realize you are standing within a living symbol. This place represents your spirit. Heaven has been constructing it piece by piece through every season. The storms did not destroy you. They built walls of resilience. The waiting did not weaken you. It expanded your capacity to hear. A phrase rises inside you, unbidden but powerful. I am both clay and crown. You smile faintly. It is not pride, it is peace. You understand that humility and glory can coexist when they are both surrendered to God. The angels stand silently, their expressions serene. There are no trumpets, no thunder, just a quiet sense of fulfillment. What began as rescue has matured into relationship, and that relationship has become representation. You no longer wait for heaven to intervene. You walk as evidence that heaven already has. You take one last look around the chamber. The reflections fade, leaving only light. You feel lighter, stronger, whole. The air hums softly with unseen music, the kind that cannot be heard with ears, only with spirit. You step forward, and the light moves with you, not as a guide anymore, but as a companion. Heaven walks within you now. The light within you feels steady now, no longer something to chase or control. It breathes with you, steady and alive, like a quiet fire beneath your ribs. The angels stand at a distance, their forms softer, their expressions peaceful. You can sense that something sacred is approaching a moment of completion before the next unfolding. We are reminded through the vision given to John in Revelation, chapter 3, verse 8. I have set before you an open door that no one can shut. No, the words seem to vibrate through your bones. They are not just scripture, they are confirmation. Heaven has opened a new door, one no opposition can close. What once resisted you will now make way. What once delayed you will now propel you. This is not coincidence, this is divine sequence. You step forward slowly, and before you appears a great door made of light. It does not swing on hinges, it breathes. Each pulse of radiance feels like a heartbeat, heaven's heartbeat. You reach out, hesitant, yet certain, and as your fingers touch it, the door dissolves into brilliance. On the other side is not a new place, but a new awareness. You realize that heaven's doorways are not always external, they are often internal. You have walked through understanding into embodiment. You no longer just believe in divine purpose, you become it. The angels approach again, their wings forming an arch above you. The first angel speaks softly. Every time you said yes, a new door opened. Every time you trusted, heaven recorded it. You understand that faith is not measured by volume, but by constancy. Every quiet act of obedience built a foundation invisible to others, but visible to God. Now you stand on it. The second angel gestures toward the space ahead. You see paths of light stretching in every direction, each representing an opportunity, a destiny, a door. None are closed. Heaven's favor surrounds you like air. You feel the peace of knowing that what is meant for you will never require competition. It will recognize your spirit and open in response. Still, the angels wait for your voice, for heaven always honors choice. You recall how every moment of this journey has been sealed with agreement, with a word, with a sign, with a response. This moment is no different. Heaven wants acknowledgement, not for its sake, but for yours to root the revelation in faith. Comment 777. 3 sevens, 3 layers of divine perfection. The number of rest, completion, and promise fulfilled. When you type 777, you are not calling luck, you are declaring alignment. You are saying, I walk through the door heaven opened for me. I enter peace without fear, purpose without hesitation, and blessing without guilt. The angels move as you make that declaration. Waves of light ripple outward like a tide reaching unseen shores. Heaven records your agreement not to track obedience, but to testify of partnership. Every number carries meaning in the divine. And this one speaks of completion that leads to continuation. What ends in grace begins again in glory. You look around, and the space begins to change. The walls of light bend and stretch until they resemble a horizon without boundary. You realize you are standing in freedom, not metaphorical freedom, but true spiritual release. The doors are gone because you have become the passage. Heaven no longer opens paths for you, it opens them through you. The angels seem to rejoice quietly, not in celebration, but in reverence. Their light pulses brighter for a moment, reflecting off your form until you, too, shine with their same radiance. You have become what you once needed: guidance, strength, light. The first angel's voice returns, gentle and sure. You will never walk alone again. The same heaven that rescued you now moves through you. Leng. The words resonate in the deepest part of you. Faith is not about striving to reach heaven, but about letting heaven reach through you. You are no longer standing at the threshold, you are carrying the threshold within. The second angel touches the ground with the tip of his wing, and from the contact, light flows outward like water, forming paths for others who will come after you. Your obedience has become a bridge. The light rises higher, wrapping you in warmth and clarity. You lift your head, feeling the rhythm of eternity beating in sync with your pulse. The world feels alive, vibrant with promise. The season of doors has ended. The season of open skies has begun. Somewhere in the distance, you hear a whisper, perhaps from God Himself, perhaps from your own awakened spirit. Walk forward. The way is already made. You step into the brightness, knowing there is no turning back. Heaven has called your name, and the echo will never fade. Light folds itself around you like a mantle. The air hums softly, carrying echoes of prayers once whispered in desperation, but now answered in peace. You are no longer standing at a beginning or an end. You are standing in continuation, where every step is part of something eternal. The eternal word, recorded in Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 6 declares, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you." Those words press against your heart like a seal. You understand now that courage is not the absence of fear, but the refusal to bow to it. Heaven has not promised a path without storms, but it has promised presence within them. And presence, divine companionship, is what transforms fear into faith. You look ahead and see the horizon stretching endlessly. It no longer feels intimidating, it feels inviting. The angels move beside you, their light flickering softly, like torches leading you through sacred territory. They are quieter than before, but their silence speaks confidence. Heaven no longer needs to remind you of your strength. It trusts that you know it. You walk forward slowly. Each step sends ripples of light through the air, as if your obedience paints the path itself. You realize that the journey has changed shape. It is no longer about arrival, but about abiding. You are not moving toward destiny, you are dwelling within it. The first angel gestures upward. Above you, the sky ripples with layers of light, folding and unfolding like pages of an unseen book. You understand that every moment of your life is written there, not as a rigid script, but as a living covenant. Each act of trust adds a new line. Each act of mercy writes a new chapter. The angel speaks softly, his voice steady. Heaven does not write your failures in ink, only your faith. Not. You close your eyes for a moment, letting that truth sink deep. All the times you stumbled, all the moments you felt unworthy, they were not erased but transformed. Grace has turned them into testimony. The story of redemption is not the erasure of mistakes, but the rewriting of them into beauty. As you open your eyes, the ground beneath you changes. It shimmers like glass reflecting sunlight. The air smells faintly of cedar and rain. You realize this place represents the covenant between heaven and you, a space of unbroken trust. You kneel instinctively, not out of duty, but out of awe. The second angel approaches and lays a hand upon your shoulder. The one who trusts is never truly alone. He says, "You feel warmth spread through your body, steady and strong. Every fear that once whispered in shadows now falls silent in the light of that assurance." A gentle breeze rises, and within it, you hear faint whispers, voices from long before your time, the faithful who walked before you. Those who carried light in their generation now speak encouragement into yours. Their legacy has become the wind that carries you forward. Heaven never stops its work. It continues through willing vessels, one life at a time. You lift your eyes and see what looks like threads of light connecting across the horizon, stretching far beyond your sight. You realize that your obedience links with countless others, forming a network of divine movement across the earth. What you do in silence ripples far beyond what your eyes can measure. The first angel steps closer once more. "You are part of a chain unbroken," he says. "Do not measure your worth by visibility. The greatest works of heaven are often unseen." Those words settle in your soul like gentle rain. You understand that purpose does not always come with applause. Sometimes it comes in quiet acts of love, in patient endurance, in the willingness to keep showing up when no one notices. Heaven notices. That is enough. The sky deepens into hues of gold and violet, a reflection of peace more than transition. You stand again, feeling strength in your bones. The angels stand beside you, not as protectors now, but as witnesses to your transformation. You breathe in deeply. The air feels sacred, alive with completion. Every promise made over your life is still alive, still unfolding, still true. You walk forward, not with haste, but with holy calm, knowing that the same God who began your story will bring it to perfect fullness. The light above steadies, resting over you like a gentle crown. You walk onward, not chasing miracles anymore, but quietly becoming one evidence that heaven never leaves what it begins. The path ahead is calm. Though the air vibrates with unseen power, you sense that heaven is preparing to reveal something deeper, something not meant for noise or display, but for discernment. Every breath feels sacred now, as if even the air is alive with wisdom. The Spirit of Truth spoke through the prophet Habakkuk. Chapter 2, verse 3. For the revelation awaits an appointed time. It speaks of the end and will not prove false. Though it lingers, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay. Oh, you have waited before waited through seasons of silence, confusion, and surrender. But this time feels different. You no longer wait with impatience, you wait with expectation. Waiting has become an act of worship, a rhythm of faith that trusts God's timing more than your own understanding. The angels walk quietly beside you, their steps soft on unseen ground. They no longer guide your pace, they match it. Heaven moves with you now, not ahead of you or behind you. That realization humbles you deeply. You have entered alignment, the place where obedience and peace coexist. Around you, the landscape changes once more. It is neither valley nor mountain, but something in between, a high plane stretching endlessly under a twilight sky. The light feels warmer here, as though the sun itself has paused to watch your next step. You sense that this is a place of reflection, where heaven invites you to see not just where you are, but what you've become. The first angel gestures toward the horizon, where a vast mirror of light shimmers like a lake. You approach it slowly, and as you draw near, you realize it reflects not your physical image, but your spiritual one. You see layers of yourself: child, warrior, worshipper, witness. Every phase of your journey has been woven into the whole. Nothing was wasted. The reflection shifts again, showing fragments of moments when you almost gave up, when prayers turned into tears and silence became your teacher. But now, even those memories look different. You see them wrapped in light, redeemed by purpose. Pain was never punishment, it was process. The first angel speaks softly. This is the mirror of revelation. It does not show what you have lost, but what has been refined. You kneel by the glowing surface, letting its warmth wash over you. For the first time, you can thank God for what you didn't understand. The delays that once felt cruel now look like mercy. The doors that closed protected you from pathways that would have drained your purpose. Heaven's "not yet" was never a no, it was a shield in disguise. The second angel steps forward and releases a small sphere of light into the mirror. Ripples spread outward, distorting your reflection for a moment before it clears again. This time, you see faces not yours, but others. People connected to your destiny. Some you've met, others you haven't. Their lives will intersect with yours in ways heaven already prepared. You understand that revelation is never private, it always carries ripple effects. You rise slowly, your heart burning with quiet wonder. Every promise you carry is larger than you imagined. Heaven's plans are generational. They flow through time, touching lives beyond your reach. Your obedience is a thread in that tapestry, pulling light through generations yet unborn. The angels smile, sensing your realization. The first one says gently, "Do you see now why heaven makes you wait? Revelation that arrives too soon breaks what it was meant to build." Oh, you nod, tears forming, but not from sorrow. You finally understand that the waiting shaped your spirit to hold the weight of glory. What once felt like delay was preparation for durability. Heaven never rushes masterpieces. The air begins to glow faintly, pulsing with slow, steady rhythm. You feel the atmosphere shifting again, not for departure, but for deeper indwelling. The angels begin to hum, a sound too ancient for language, yet your spirit recognizes it instantly. It is the melody of completion, the same one that played the day God first breathed life into you. You close your eyes. The hum grows softer, settling into silence. There is no need for words anymore. You know who you are. You know who walks with you. And you know what waits ahead. When you open your eyes, the mirror has vanished, leaving only stillness and the warmth of revelation fulfilled. The angels stand quietly, their wings folded in peace. You take a slow breath, feeling heaven's rhythm pulse through your chest. You do not need to see what comes next. Faith has already prepared you to walk into it. The sky deepens into shades of amber and silver, as if all of heaven were watching your next step. The angels stand quietly on either side of you, their wings no longer needed to protect. only to honor. You have passed through revelation, through silence, through refining. Now, you stand in what can only be described as divine partnership. It was written in the letter to the Philippians, chapter 2, verse 15. Then you will shine among them like stars in the sky, as you hold firmly to the word of life. The words echo within you, not as command, but as identity. You are no longer seeking light, you have become it. Every scar has turned into a window where heaven's radiance shines through. You are not here by coincidence. You were always meant to illuminate the path for others still walking through shadow. The angels begin to move again, tracing faint patterns of gold in the air. You realize that their movements are not random, they form the outline of something vast. A constellation of light stretching across unseen worlds. Each flicker represents a life touched by obedience. A story changed because one person said, yes. Then, the first angel turns to you and whispers, the light never travels alone. When it's shared, it multiplies. Then, you feel those words deep within your chest. The flame in you is not meant for display, it's meant for distribution. The message you carry, the transformation you've lived, the peace that now surrounds you, they were never meant to stay contained. Heaven's stories move through willing vessels, not silent ones. If this light has reached you, let it keep flowing. Like and share, not out of habit, but as a quiet act of faith, a ripple in the unseen. Every time you pass the light forward, heaven extends the reach of grace through your hands. You can almost see it, the ripple stretching outward, touching places your voice will never reach, hearts you'll never meet, yet all connected by light. What began as your rescue is becoming a revival that travels far beyond your sight. The second angel speaks softly, his tone gentle but steady. A flame kept alone will fade, but when flames come together, they create fire that darkness cannot contain. No, you understand. Connection is not about numbers, it's about unity. Subscribe if you wish to remain part of this shared flame, to keep walking in rhythm with others who carry the same light. Each connection strengthens the collective fire that pushes back the shadows of this world. The angels glance at each other, and you can feel their joy, not because of the act, but because of the intent. Giving, sharing, connecting it all mirrors the very heartbeat of heaven. Selfless love, and as your heart swells with gratitude, another image comes to you, an ancient oil lamp flickering in the quiet. You can see the flame dancing gently, steady but humble. The oil within it is what sustains it. If your spirit ever feels stirred, pour a little oil into this lamp. Donate not from duty, but from desire. Every drop becomes part of the light that reaches another soul, standing where you once stood in silence, in longing, waiting for hope to arrive. You smile softly, realizing that generosity is not about giving away, it is about letting love continue its journey through you. When you give, even in small ways, you keep heaven's current flowing. Your kindness becomes a seed of sunrise in someone else's night. The first angel lowers his head, a gesture of reverence. Light, he says quietly, is heaven's oldest language. Every act of love is how you speak it. And you take those words into yourself. They echo with timeless truth. Every share is not a click, it is a spark. Every gift is not an offering, It is a song of gratitude written in unseen fire. Every connection is not an obligation. It is a choice to keep light alive in a world that forgets how to see. Every heart that speaks keeps the story alive. Leave a comment right from the heart. Even a single word of light. Your voice becomes part of this living story. A thread woven into heaven's fabric of redemption. The angels step back, wings arching gracefully as the light swells around you one more time. You realize you are no longer being carried. You are carrying. The story continues not because heaven demands it, but because you desire it. You walk forward, your flame steady, your purpose clear. Heaven watches, not as judge, but as witness to a willing heart. The night can never reclaim what the light has touched. The air shifts again, tender yet powerful, like the space between a heartbeat and the next. The angels remain beside you, though their light feels quieter now, settled into a gentle glow. What was once overwhelming now feels natural. You have grown used to glory, not as spectacle, but as presence. Heaven's nearness no longer startles, it steadies. As Jesus himself spoke in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 17, verse 21, "The kingdom of God is within you." The truth of that sentence sinks deep into your spirit. You realize that you are no longer reaching toward heaven. It has already taken residence inside you. Every thought aligned with faith becomes a spark of divine motion. Every act of love releases heaven's power into the world. What you once prayed to receive, you now carry. You stand in a vast expanse of soft light. The ground feels alive beneath your feet, pulsing in time with your own heartbeat. The angels move slowly, tracing graceful arcs through the air. It feels as though all creation breathes in rhythm with you. The first angel steps forward. His gaze is kind, but filled with authority. "Do you understand now why heaven fought for you?" he asks. You nod slowly, but your spirit whispers the question back, "Why me?" The angel's light flickers gently in response, as if smiling without words. Because you carry the evidence that God still moves through willing hearts. Your story reminds the world that light still wins. No, the words do not inflate your pride, they humble you. You think of the nights when you felt forgotten, the seasons when silence felt like abandonment. Now you see that every quiet moment was training for trust. You were being taught to recognize God's voice, even when he spoke without sound. You glance upward, and the sky above you is endless, woven with threads of silver that glimmer like rivers in motion. You understand that these are prayers, some yours, some others woven together by grace. Every word spoken in faith becomes part of this celestial tapestry. No prayer ever vanishes. It becomes light in motion, traveling until its purpose is complete. You walk slowly across the luminous ground, each step echoing like soft thunder. The angels follow, not guiding, but honoring your pace. You are no longer being led by instruction. You are walking by intuition, by communion. The boundaries between heaven and earth have thinned. You can feel eternity brushing against your soul. The second angel speaks then, voice like water flowing over stone. The power you carry is not for dominion, but for restoration. You are a vessel of reconciliation between heaven and earth, between man and mercy. Now, you take those words in and feel them unfold inside you, like a seed breaking open. Restoration. It is more than healing. It is returning things to the way they were meant to be. You understand now that God's plan is not only to repair what was broken, but to reveal what was always intended. A soft breeze moves through the air, carrying faint echoes of laughter, tears, songs, and prayers from every moment you've lived. Each one returns to you, not as regret, but as proof of redemption. Nothing has been wasted. Even the moments that hurt you have become part of heaven's melody. You close your eyes, and for a moment, it feels like you are floating between realms, half in time, half in eternity. The angels stand behind you, silent guardians of what has already been sealed. Their presence reminds you that divine companionship never leaves. It simply becomes quieter as you grow stronger. When you open your eyes, the horizon shimmers with a soft golden hue. You sense that something new waits beyond it, not another trial, but a higher assignment. The difference is clear. This time, you will walk, not as one being tested, but as one trusted. The angels spread their wings one final time, not to cover you, but to bless your path. The light from their feathers spills outward like morning over water. You feel peace, not as a visitor, but as a homecoming. You lift your head, feeling heaven's rhythm move through your chest. The kingdom of God is not far away. It beats within your very being. You walk forward, carrying it with every breath, every word, every step. The world before you glows softly. You no longer search for direction. You embody it. Heaven has made its dwelling in you, and through you, the world will remember what light feels like. The angels fade into the horizon, leaving their brilliance behind like dawn after night. You walk on, radiant yet calm, aware that every step now writes heaven's heartbeat across the earth. The horizon stretches endlessly, painted in the colors of completion, gold melting into violet, peace blending into promise. You walk without urgency, feeling each step as sacred rhythm. The angels no longer appear before you, yet their essence lingers like warmth in sunlight. After the clouds have moved on, you are not alone. You are accompanied by presence itself. Heaven's voice still echoes from the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 38. For I am convinced that neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the future, nor any powers, will be able to separate us from the love of God. And see, the words flow through you like a current of light. They are no longer comfort for fear. They are confirmation of union. Nothing can divide you from divine love, not loss, not time, not even silence. That realization is freedom beyond description. You pose, closing your eyes, letting the air wrap around you. Every season, every scar, every victory finds its place within that love. You finally understand that this story was never about escape. It was about embodiment. You are not surviving God's will. You are living in it. The landscape shifts again, though this time not dramatically. The light grows softer, less dazzling, but more intimate. The world around you feels real again, wind brushing through unseen fields, distant echoes of life returning. The sacred and the simple have merged. You feel both heavenly and human, eternal yet present. You remember the first moment, the trembling, the uncertainty, the call to listen. You think of how far you have walked since then, through storms and silences, through fire and light. What once terrified you has now become testimony. Every trial was instruction. Every delay was direction. Heaven was never far, it was forming you from within. The first angel reappears, not in grandeur, but in peace. His light is dimmer now, perhaps because it matches yours. The work is fulfilled. He says gently, not ended, but fulfilled. You have learned to walk as one who carries the kingdom. End quote. You nod slowly, and your spirit answers with stillness. The second angel joins him, his expression serene. Do you see now? He asks. It was never about reaching heaven, it was about revealing it. Aye. You glance at your hands, realizing they glow faintly, like glass holding sunrise. Every part of you bears the mark of divine touch. The hands that once trembled in fear now carry calm authority. You understand now that anointing does not always shout. Sometimes it whispers through consistency, through quiet kindness, through unwavering peace. You turn your gaze to the horizon one final time. It is neither beginning nor end. It simply is. Time feels irrelevant here. Eternity hums through the wind, through your breath, through the steady rhythm of existence. You feel no need for answers anymore. Awareness has replaced them all. The angels step closer once more. They do not speak words of farewell. Instead, their wings open wide, releasing streams of light that rise like ascending smoke, dissolving into the sky. You sense gratitude flowing from them, not worship, but mutual recognition. Heaven honors you not because you are flawless, but because you remained faithful. A single tear slides down your cheek, not of sorrow, but of reverence. You realize that endings in God's realm are simply transitions into deeper beginnings. The rescue that started in desperation has matured into relationship, and relationship has evolved into representation. You are now both student and steward, both vessel and voice. The first angel places a hand over your heart. The gesture is gentle yet eternal. You have carried the message. Now, let the message carry you. End of. The light within you pulses once more, steady, unbreakable. It hums with the resonance of eternity, the vibration of a soul in sync with its creator. The angels rise slowly, their forms dissolving into the horizon. You stand alone, yet entirely whole. Heaven has not left. It has merged. You look at the path ahead, no longer uncertain, but beautifully open. You begin to walk again, your steps silent but sure, guided not by sight, but by the rhythm of love itself. Every sound fades until only peace remains vast, golden, and alive. The light does not leave you. It becomes you. You walk on, carrying heaven's quiet brilliance into every corner of the world, one steady heartbeat at a time. The horizon breathes with you now, no longer distant, but dwelling inside. Each breath you take sends light outward, awakening everything that still remembers heaven. You keep walking, steady and unafraid. The world doesn't change around you. You change the world simply by existing as light fulfilled. And now, as the echoes fade and the light settles, you stand at the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. The journey of the chosen one does not close with an ending. It opens into influence. The same light that rescued you now waits to move through you. Everything you've heard, everything you've felt, every word that stirred your spirit, let it live beyond this moment. Don't let the flame stay confined to a single screen or a passing thought. Let it travel. Let it multiply. Let it breathe through your hands and your heart. If this message has found you, share it, not as obligation, but as offering. When you share light, you don't lose it, you double it. Someone, somewhere, is standing where you once stood, tired, searching, ready to give up. Your act of sharing might be the whisper that reminds them heaven has not forgotten their name. Like this message, if your heart felt even one spark of recognition, each act of agreement strengthens the current of grace flowing through this space. It tells heaven, I receive, and I'm ready to reflect. Leave a comment right from your soul. Even a few words can become a seed of hope in another's storm. Maybe all you need to say is, I carry the light. That single sentence may awaken courage in a stranger's heart. Subscribe, not for content, but for continuity. It is a way of staying connected to this flow of words that remind you who you are. Every message that follows will meet you where your spirit is growing. And if, as you read, you feel gratitude stirring, if peace has visited your heart tonight, pour a drop of oil into this flame. Donate only if it feels right. Think of it as tending the fire that once warmed you. Every gift, no matter the size, becomes another beam of light, reaching someone still waiting for dawn. The angel's story may quiet here, but the mission continues in your hands. Your voice, your presence. The rescue was never just for you, it was through you. Carry this peace forward. Share it softly. Let your life speak the message louder than any words could. Heaven is still watching. The story is still being written, this time through you.